Today I'm going to explain about two other components. One is FileRowCount and the other is loop. For explaining these two components, I'm using the scenario of batch implementation. Okay, so in order to tell the batch implementation, I have created a sample file in which I am having some 15 records. So the 15 records consist of some numbers and names. Okay, so what happens is say if I give batch as 5, then the extraction will takes place 3 times. It means for every extraction the same file will be read, but it will extract only the first 5 records in the first extraction, and in the second extraction it will retrieve the second 5 records, and in the third extraction it will retrieve the third 5 records of the last one. So okay, so now when we go to the job, I have already implemented this, so I'm just explaining the things. So I have taken the FileRowCount. If you see over here in the FileRowCount, these are having some basic settings. If you see, it consists of only the file name. It's a normal one. We'll just give the file path along with the file name, and then the row separator that it uses, the basic one is /n itself. Okay, so this thus gives the row count of the file. So here if you see, the row count is 15 since we have got 15 records. So this this component is used for retrieving the row count of the file. That's it. So we got the row count by using this FileRowCount component. So how we are going to use in our job, we'll see that. And coming to the loop component, if you see, here also the basic settings only we will be considering, and here we can have for or while loop. So yes, you might be aware of the while loop and for loop, so even I'm just reiterating it. Like if you see, this is for initializing the variable I, and condition is based on that condition only the loop will be incrementing, and the increment it is here we are incrementing the loop. So over here I have used one context variable. Here normally we'll be having the condition like I less than or equals to 10, I greater than 5, something like that. So I have made it as I have used one context variable called batch_run. So if you see my context variables that are already declared, here there is a batch run variable which is declared as a Boolean data type, and by default I have given the value as true. So when I run the job, this condition will become true. So while loop will be iterating when the condition becomes true. When it is false, the loop will be exited. Since the condition is satisfying the true condition, the flow continues. The control goes to the next component. Okay, so here the first component is file input delimited, and here also I have used the same file name, and the row separator is /n, and field separator is pipe symbol, which is mentioned in our file as delimiter as pipe symbol only. And here comes the thing, the logic. If you see, header is row number, context.row number I have given, and the limit I have given it as context.limit. These two parameters, if you see, limit, what it does is it extracts the number of records which we put over here. Say if you put 3, it will just retrieve 3 records only. If you give 5 to the limit value, it will just retrieve 5 records only. And here header, what it does is whatever number we give, it starts from that position only. See, if I go for an example, if I give the header as 3 and the limit as 5, what it does is, header I have given it as 3, so it comes to the third row. It starts from the third row, and then limit I have given it as 5. So from the third row it will just retrieve 5 records, 1 2 3 4 5. So till 7th record the records will be extracted. So it works in that fashion. And now if I go to the job again, the next component is tLogRow. So it is just printing purpose, and in the tJavaFlex I have used, I don't want to explain it much over here. I have used it only for printing the start of the batch. So I have used one more variable called temp_number, which is used for telling us which batch it is running. Is it the first batch or second batch or third batch? In order to monitor that only I have used this. So since I have given it as the in the start code, what it will do is it will just run in the beginning of the flow. So what happens is, before it comes to the file input component, this tJavaFlex start code will run, and it will just print the batch, starting of the batch. And here when it comes to the last component tJava, what I have done is I have just printed the batch is ended, and then I am incrementing the row number with the limit value. The limit value, say like I have given it as 5 and row number as 0, it will just increment to 5. And then I am comparing the row number with the row count. This is the row count which I have used, the global variable this is. So you can get this. I can show you how can I get that. Press Control space, it will show you the context variables. And if you see the row count, if you see FileRowCount.count, just click on it and it will just give the global variable. That's it. So I'm just repeating it, like just do a control space and it will just give you the context variables list, and select the context variable which you are in need of, and it will just give that. That's it. So I got it. And then if the row number is greater than row count, what I am doing is I am using this batch run variable, I am assigning it to false. Since the row count is greater than the file row count, I am just exiting the loop. In order to exit the loop, I am setting the batch run as false, otherwise I am setting the batch run as true. And temp number, this is for as I told you earlier, in order to print the batch starting and batch ending, I am just incrementing it to 1. That's it. So now in the context variable section, if you see over here, I have given the context variables. If you see the limit, I have given the limit as prompt. I have selected it as, if you select this option, right, it will prompt you to ask what value you want to give. So I'm just running the job now, and you can see how it will perform. If you see, it is asking me the limit, so I'm just giving the limit as 5. If I give as 5, what output it will give to us? If you see, batch is started and it has displayed the first 5 records, okay, and then the batch is ended, and then again the second batch is started, and then it is giving next 5 records, and then it has ended, and then the third batch is started and it has given the third batch records and it is ended. Likewise, it started the fourth batch and fourth batch ended. Since it doesn't have any records, it is just not displaying any numbers. That's it. So in this fashion, we can use these FileRowCount and tLoop components for batch implementation purpose.